Yo 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 YouTube, this is Papa Tom here bringing our first video of Clash Royale, and today we are going to be ladder pushing with a unique deck that I created myself actually. So it's this right here. We got a Mortar deck. So we got a Mortar, we got Wizard, Inferno Drag, Barbarian, Zap, Fireball, Knight, and Miner. Now it's a strange deck, I know, but it works if you get the hang of it. So we're not going to waste any time. I got some clips saved for us that I just pushed with. And we're going to start off with this giant 3 Musketeer deck. So I believe he starts off with his giant. Yeah. So he starts off with his giant in the back, which is fine. Usually I just go miner opposite lane if they start off with a tank in the back, just to maybe try and get him to respond. If not, that's fine. We get some chip damage off. And then we're going to drop our Inferno Drag for that giant. He overcommitted a little bit. He sent in the bats with the Barbarian. Um, what's it called? The Barbarian something. Having a brain fart. Okay, either way. So he overcommitted. He sent in the Minion Horde. Usually I don't send in the Minion Horde unless I know what the spells are that my opponent has. Just my opinion. So we're going to start off with a Knight. He's played his Elixir Pump. So that's going to be a free Mortar right there. We're going to set that up. We're going to get some... it's going to connect to the tower. We're going to send in our Miner over on the pump to try and get that down. And we're looking really good. He really doesn't have anything to counter me right now. This Mortar is just going to get a bunch of shots off. We still got a full health Knight and Inferno Drag. And this looks like it could be the tower. So yeah, this is going to be the tower right here. He's got his Minion Horde and his Princess. Our Wizard should be able to clean all those things up right there. So he goes in with his... that's going to drive me crazy. Whatever that is. And so we're just going to drop our Barbarians on it. Barbarians are the best like counter for Hog, Giant, anything really. Barbarians are just a really good counter. I don't know why they're not used as much. They're more of like a lower arena troop, but I mean, I really like them. So he plays his 3 Musks. Kind of played him bad. That's going to be a free tower plus 2 Musketeers. And he's going to try and get this big old push going with his Giant and Musk. But the Mortar defensively is just too strong. If you're ever versing a Mortar player and they have the first tower, you're in a lot of trouble. You really need to push offensively because they will play defensively the rest of the game. They will. I know this from experience because I play Mortar. So yeah, he's really just trying to do anything right now. His final hopes. We're just gonna keep pushing. He really can't do anything. We're not gonna get the 3 crown, but we definitely would have if we kept going. But that's alright. We got a good W right there. We got a 2-star. So that is the giant 3 Musketeer deck that we just versed right there. His Musketeers were a little bit underleveled, but it's okay. So the next deck that we have going up against is Casino Posse with the maxed out Goblin Hut. He's got his Furnace, Hog, Rage. That is just disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. So we're going to go up against this man right here. I think he starts off with his Goblin Hut. I really hate versing spawners, but I guess we just gotta have to deal with them, right? They're in the game. So I start off with my Mortar. The only thing I hate about the Mortar and the Goblin Hut is that the Mortar's accuracy is really bad and doesn't kill the goblins while they're running unless you play a troop, which means the Mortar will never connect to the actual Goblin Hut ever, which is actually, I don't know, I feel like that should be fixed. It's a little bad. And right here, he's setting up right here. Got his Miner going in. I kind of messed up with my Miner. I meant for the Wizard to lock onto my Miner, but that wasn't the case. So we got a little chip damage off with the miner, which is absolutely fine. We really didn't take too much, and we got a feel for his deck a little bit, so we should be okay right here. He's probably going to drop his furnace. Yeah, he dropped his furnace right in the back. We're going to throw our Inferno Drag down because barbarians are obviously not an option. And then we're just going to set our mortar up. Just get it going again. And then I believe... What do we do? I think we fireball the Goblin Hut right here. Yeah, so we fireballed that. Could have, if we predicted that witch, that would have been insane. But we didn't. It's a really, I mean, it's like really like, how are you supposed to predict that? But yeah, we're gonna drop our knight right on top of the witch over there, just so that our wizard can get the optimal shots off. The thing I like about the wizard is that it really gets a lot of chip damage in this deck. Like this right here, you're gonna see the wizard gets a fireball off, and even if I sent the miner in right, oh excuse me, if I sent the miner in, we would have got so much more damage off that wizard. But it's okay. Barbarians again coming in, great defensive card as you saw. The hog did not even get one swing off the tower if you play them correctly. More than normal, it will get a one swing off. But if you do play them correctly, the hog will get absolutely no swings off on the tower. So we're gonna drop our wizard to take out this miner over here. The mortar is still going in. Just hit nothing, and now we're gonna set up. Because he doesn't have any big spells like Fireball or Lightning or anything like that. So he should be fine. He's kind of panicking. He dropped a Goblin Hut right in front of his tower. We're just going to get all that Fireball damage right there. And we're looking pretty good. He drops his Knight. Not really too worried about it. This Mortar is going to start taking out that Wizard. I believe we're going to drop our Knight right on top of that Wizard right there. And we do. And then we're going to drop this Mortar. The Mortar is great. If you have a Knight and a Mortar... the mortar will get off like 2 to 3 shots, and the hog will be gone. So, I mean, I really like to use the mortar to take a few hits. I really don't mind that. I let the mortar take a few hits because it has decent health, and I'll just let it, as long as it gets like 1 or 2 swings off on the tower, I think a mortar is like a great use of it. So, yeah. So right here, the mortar is definitely going to lock on right here. He didn't get that Goblin Hut down in time, so 1 miner swing plus a mortar shell will be more than enough to take down this tower right here. And that is going to be game number 2 against a spawner deck, which is super annoying right in today's days in Clash Royale. But yeah. So we got a third deck, a third match that I'm going to show you guys. And it's going to be a giant balloon deck. Giant balloon with a rage spell. So let's hop right into this. And let's see. I think he starts off with a giant as well. If anybody ever starts with a tank, let's say like Golem, Giant, P.E.K.K.A., anything in that area, Royal Giant, anything like that, I'll drop the mortar on the opposite lane. Obviously, as you guys see, I messed up my mortar. Way in the back. Don't judge me. Don't look at me different. Yeah, so that was a bad mortar, whatever. He used his minion horde, which was definitely unnecessary, because the mortar wasn't going to do anything anyways. But yeah, this Inferno Drake is going to take out his giant right here. We're going to send in the miner against the wizard, because we don't want to waste our wizard, and we don't want to play barbarians. Plus, we get a positive 2 elixir trade. So that's a good move right there. I use the miner for offense and defense. It kind of just depends on the situation. I meant to put my knight in the other lane. I kind of just misplayed that. But either way, he's going to drop his balloon, and we're going to use our mortar to bring all this in. He drops his rage, which is definitely okay. Thank God for the mortar, or else we would have been in some trouble. But yeah. So we're going to take out that push right there. He's got some skellies going down the lane, but that's just going to get zapped real fast. I could have sent in my miner right there on that left lane. We would have got a lot of damage because he really didn't have anything to counter now that I'm looking back on it. But, oh well. So we're going to send in our miner. Try and get some chip damage off over here on this right lane. He's going to drop his wizard, which is a good move. And we're just going to throw our knight down. Get ready for what he has to throw at us. And we're going to wait to play our Inferno Drag right here, just because we want that wizard to lock on to the Knight and not the Inferno Drag right there. That is the key point. We didn't get the Wizard in that Fireball, but it's a little bit too risky. I don't really want to risk it. So, like, for example, right here, I will let the Mortar take a couple shots from that Wizard. Yeah, I set at 10 elixir right here because I thought that the Mortar was gonna hit the tower, or at least the Witch, and it didn't, and I was kind of just like starstruck for a minute, so yeah, we're gonna drop our Barbarians. Like I said, huge tank killer. Giant has absolutely no chance against that. And now we're looking really good. We're going to start setting up our Mortar. Once you get into the rhythm, then you know you're doing good. We're going to get a good Fireball off on this Witch right here. We're going to drop our Knight. Drop our Knight right down there. Drop our Inferno Drag for the Balloon. Thankfully, it doesn't have Zap. Either way, I don't think we'd be taking too much damage from that. And we're just going to zap this minion horde to get our positive elixir trade off that. Skeletons are really nothing to worry about. And now we're just going to, I believe, set up with our Wizard, just like he does. We're going to drop our Knight in front. Drop our Knight on the left side to attract the Wizard. Then we're going to drop our Barbarians so that our Barbarians don't get hit by the Wizard, which would give them the optimal lifespan. We're going to Fireball this, get some damage off. We're going to drop our Mortar. We're feeling the rhythm. I believe we're going to throw in our Miner on that Princess right there. We're looking pretty good. That Balloon's going to take out our Mortar, but not before. I think we get another shot. Yeah, so we get another shot off. Whenever you're versing Wizard, you have to be careful. Because if you put a troop on the side, like where my Knight is right now, the Wizard will absolutely hit your tower for some pretty good damage. I think we use the Mortar just to draw this Giant back, just so we don't get any hits. Great Fireball, takes out the Wizard, takes out 3 of the 5 minion horde. This is pretty much game right here. We're going to send in Miner, hit him with the Zap, and now we're just going to be 1 Fireball away from winning this match, which is about to be in cycle. And that is going to be the game right there. So yeah, it's a pretty fun deck to use. Once you get the hang of it, it's really fun. I really enjoy using this deck a lot. Couple of my favorite strategies with this deck, if you guys plan on using it or not, is definitely if like your Wizard or Barbarians or Inferno Drag is maybe half health or even full health or anything, send in that Miner right onto the tower. Usually you're gonna want to do it when the Wizard or Inferno Drag is maybe like a tile behind the bridge. It's about perfect timing for the Miner to get over there, the tower to lock onto the Miner, and the Wizard or Inferno Drag to just come in and start plowing away at that tower. It's a really great strategy. I've won a lot of games off that. Another thing is, I'm sorry. Yeah, when you're at the end of the game, and let's say your opponent has like 560 health on his Princess Tower, or has like 630, I would say is the maximum. At that point, all you need to do is get your Miner, a Fireball, and a Zap, and you will pretty much win the game. You just throw your Miner down on that tower, immediately throw your Fireball right on top of your Miner that's on the tower. Whatever he plays to defend your Miner is going to get splashed back so that your Miner locks onto the tower in case he predicts your Miner placement. And then you're going to Zap to give your Miner an extra hit on the tower, and that will pretty much guarantee you the win right there. I do it all the time. People get really mad. a lot of ragers over here. But yeah, so that's going to be the video for today. I hope you guys liked the deck on some ladder pushing. I believe we went up about 43-22 to 44-13, so almost 100 trophies. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Drop a like on the video if you did. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And also, leave a comment if you guys ever want me to use one of your decks or any feedback that you guys have for me. I'd really appreciate it. And have a good day.